Okay guys, welcome to the channel, welcome to another video. This is the qualifying before the live race, so you may hear the birds tweeting, the dear lady wife in the kitchen finishing off her tea, and all the bits and bobs. So this is the qualifying set for the race, which starts at 1/2 the hour. So 20-minute qualifying, enough time for an out lap and a flying lap. We're using the Moser R3 wheel and pedals, and we are on the Nurburgring Nordshleife, but the VLN or the NLS layout. So the Mercedes-Benz Arena, and then the chop to the right. Don't go down to the GP loop. So I'll go over the details again when the race is live, because obviously it's a 2-hour race, 12 laps for the Nurburgring Nordshleife, multi-class TCR, GT4 and GT3. We are in a GT, we're in the TCR car, so wait for this BMW to do its thing. Yeah, sorry, we're in the TCR Audi, and we have the AI set at 95%, because the AI set at 100% is ridiculous. It's like the aliens have come, so it never works. On a platform that's nearly 13 years old, using Content Manager, so this is as good as it gets. So in my opinion, you can keep your Le Mans Ultimates and your all them sort of shenanigans. This to me is as honest as it gets. I have got crew chief, but Jim is a bit of a nightmare at the moment. Crew chief.
I didn't catch that.
Jim, how are you today?
Say again.
See what I mean? He's a bit sporadic. He goes on about cups of tea and stuff. On ACC, it works fine, not a problem, but it doesn't seem to be right on Assetto, Corsa and Content Manager, so I'm not sure about what settings I need to change, but if I don't have to change them for one, then I shouldn't have to change them for the other. I feel my tyres are very, that front right. So we've only got 22 runners in this race. You can't have any more. I think you can if you do the public, you know, server, but this is basically me against the AI. But it should be interesting. I say there's 3 classes of cars. And 12 laps after, I don't know, in the real NLS races they tend to lap the cars after about the 3rd lap, but that's the, not so much the TCR, that's the lower classes. So I reckon after 4 laps the GT3 cars will start lapping us. Another faster car coming. I shall stick to my out of the light. Come on, mate, slow me down. You rattly Corvette. Right, so luckily this is my out lap, because that little cut there, that lap wouldn't have been counted. I suppose you've got to be so careful on the Nordshleife, because you could have, you know, out of the 12 sectors, 11 of them could be spot on, and then you ruin it on the last sector, your lap's screwed. It's almost worth being more conservative and actually getting the race started, and then here comes one of the faster boys. Go on, I can't get over any more, mate. Come on, mate. let's try and nail this lap to put us on the grid in our position. If you run wide there, you'll get pinged. So we are basically running in a 2024 Audi TCR car. I find it very forgiving. It's a very generous car. Jim.
Now you're breaking up.
Absolutely useless. So I need to speak to somebody at crew chief to work out what the hell is going on. I'm not saying that Ferrari's compromises, but it was a slightly different line just there than what I'd normally take. Anyway, yeah, crew chief is just a nightmare. It works fine on Assetto Corsa Composites Uni, fine on the Mons Ultimate. It just struggles with this. Unmistakable sound of the Aston Martin. Yellow flag ahead. Well, there's two cars off there, so not quite sure. Well done, Mr. McLaren, for not overtaking under the others. See, that's how good the AI is. I don't feel and it's not like you can blame the traffic for compromising your lap, because everybody has traffic, there's no question. So that first lap was a 9:27. So we've got just under 3 minutes to finish this, because most people have done a lap. If the time elapses, it will just put us into whatever position, our average. Because if I throw it off the scenery here and get a lap disallowed, that would be, well, back of the grid really. So, but we are in the lesser class anyway, so we'll be towards the back of the grid. Too much curve there. Oof. Too much curve there. Alright, 1:53. I should get this lap in the book because we're running out of time. Alright, there's a minute left. Here comes one of the Aston Martins, but he's going to have to wait. We're all on the same bit of real estate. Right, that puts us in 12th place. Right, that put us in 12th place. Right, so we have BMW, Aston Martin and Mercedes, and in the TCR we are the first TCR car. No, yes, we're the first TCR car. So we'll just wait for this to roll around to the start of the race. You okay, baby? Huh? No. And that's always the thing of having the racing simulator in between the kitchen and the thing is, yeah, I'm telling them it's going to be on there in a minute that you can't find the red sauce for the wings, and that's bad. No, baby, it's fine. It'll be on there. Listen. No, it's fine. This isn't the actual start. I've started it before the actual race start to make sure it did it. So that was qualifying, but the red sauce is important, baby, with chicken wings. Gives it content, baby. Right, so that is that session finished. Now what I do need to do is get back in the pits, and I need to get my fuel and brim it. So we are ready for the. So we've basically just got to wait for the server to evolve. As I say, it was done in a way that it would roll on at 9:30, so literally we're 2 minutes late, but that is qualifying, and it is. We tried to do this race a few weeks ago, and nothing worked, which was a bit frustrating. It's still saying there are still people. What I'm concerned about, we're waiting for 7 cars. That's not my problem. Yeah, what was a concern about was of this basically. So they've crossed the start finish line, while there's still time on the clock, and if they're going to do another lap, that's going to be another 8 minutes. So I don't know whether we can. If I skip the session, it's going to lose my position, and to be 15th overall now is all right. So I'm not too sure quite what's going on. Qualifier's over, it says, but if we've got to wait for those few guys that have slipped off. So it's very interesting, which is always the case. I suppose in the real races, if somebody crosses the line with 2 seconds to go, they've got to do another lap instead of just lifting off. But racing drivers, even in the virtual world, that why not doing another lap? So I'm just waiting. So we're in position 15. I don't know who the 7. We're waiting for 7 cars. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. If I skip this session and I just need to make sure that my fuel is where it is, and we just do it this way. So this is the start of the race. There's GT4. There's a lot of cars that aren't. Now all VLN races and NLS races, even the 24-hour at Nurburgring, we have a rolling start, but you do a lap of the warm-up sort of thing. So this is time to say welcome to the actual channel, welcome to the actual race as it is. We've just done the qualifying, but no, it's remembered us in 15th place, so I'm glad about that, because I think I've done it before and it just puts you to the back with a mixture of, unsavoury characters like GT3 and stuff. So yeah, this is as close as you can get to racing at the Nurburgring Nordshleife. So this should be a rolling start. I'm not quite sure whether everybody's doing. Right, I was behind that being the Aston. Right, so people are out of place, aren't they? I vaguely remember that the Aston Martin GT4 was in front of me. Right, I'm in 11th place, 12. Let's just work backwards. That Aston my rear view mirror now, that's the Aston I should be sat behind. So I need that Aston Martin in front of me. Right, this is going to take a long old time, isn't it? Right, that Aston there. Still got a bit of turbo, hasn't it? I'm just trying to look at why this is doing what it's doing. This is a very slow. I actually got this down to a T when I was trying this out during the week. It's definitely not happy, is it? Right, I'm into the 6th place. I need to be in 15th because that's where I started. But I don't know what the rest of the field's doing. I don't know why I'm going so slow. I think slowly sorting itself out because guys at the back are slowly coming forward. But I still need the Aston Martin in front of me. Alright, well, we're dawdling around here. So, yeah, 12 laps of Nurburgring Nordshleife on Assetto Corsa using Concept Manager, and funny enough, this race features 22 cars, GT3, GT4 and TCR cars. We're running in an Audi Sport TCR car, and there are basically, in the 3 classes, I have put the people from my work in each of them, each of the cars. So say for instance the office staff and admin are in the TCR cars, I'm in a TCR car, the big hitters are in the GT3 obviously, so it's going to be interesting. There's going to be some bragging rights on, I'm still in 9th, yeah, there'll be some bragging rights on Monday. I know hopefully that Mickey's watching, because he might not be Monday, Tuesday, because he's got back surgery next week and he's going to be laid up for a few weeks, so I'm going to miss Mickey. Jim, what's my fuel like?
Speak more clearly, I can't hear you.
Jim, what is my fuel like? So what I mean, he's lost the plot. It's more than anything, it's just funny. So yeah, real races at the Nurburgring Nordshleife. You do get the NLS races, the Nurburgring Landstracker series. This is only a baby at 2 hours, but they tend to be 4 hours, 6 hour qualified race, and then the 24. But the 24 hour does the Grand Prix circuit as well, but doesn't do the full Mercedes arena. So that's the difference with that. It's nice to see the campsite's got tents in, so that's a nice little touch. So obviously this is a mod of the circuit, and people have gone into that much detail. They've actually put tents in, you know, the catch fence in the trees. I mean, this is on don't forget, this is on a 13-year-old platform, so you can get some get some mods for it. You can, you know, make it look quite real, different weather and stuff, but I find this is fine. I don't feel that the rain in certain racing simulations is accurate enough. So right, we've picked up the speed, but we're still not going as we should do on a. Basically, this is a citation laps to work out, you know, to get heat into your tyres and brakes, which you do braking heavily and accelerating. People have a misconception that weaving side to side gets heat into your tyres, and so it does, granted, a little bit, but not as much as braking hard, because the heat from the brake discs will transfer into your tyres and make them. So we have a full tank, and we're just waiting basically to get this bloody race started. I actually thought it would be to find this rolling start as a mod took a lot of digging, and to be fair, I'd prefer this than the actual standing starts, because you don't have standing starts in Nurburgring. Simple as. And it should just be one line. Now I tried this during the week thinking, right, will it be okay? And it was fine. I did the full lap, it came to, you know, start finish straight, and then it went green. That was it, simple as that. So this is this is a learning curve, because we're 2x2. I'm still in 10th as well. The Aston Martin I need is, I can't see it 7 cars behind me, so whether I get whether I get penalised for starting in 10th, but what I will do on the Dr. Go, I will get back into 15th places, which is where I qualified. Right, if I let this McLaren past and that TCR car, right, you go through, mate. That's 12. That's 13. Right, there's now an Audi GT4 car and a Lamborghini, and then the Aston Martin I need to be behind is behind that, so that's going to be too many spaces. So I'm quite happy to start in 15th, but I'm not dropping anything lower than that. So yeah, get some heat into the brakes and stuff, because obviously the first flying lap's going to be eyeballs out. I'm not sure where we qualified, because we came straight into the race. I think it was in P1, but I'm not too sure. So yeah, just need to get around this formation lap, and then eyeballs out. Now, usually there's a reason they allow for 22 cars in these sort of races, because I don't think that they can get to grips with the first corner, so that might be a little bit of a sticky point. And I don't understand why we're 2x2. Like I say, I got the mod. It said rolling start. I've tried it in a few races. The last race I did, it was single file. It was fine. So at the moment we're 2x2. All right, we're not as slow as we started, but excuse me. I've had a bit of a rattly cold last few days, which is always nice. Well, we've passed the halfway mark at, I don't know, there's a nice big supermarket there where you get all your bills and your food from. Some nice restaurants as well. And then we start the climb up to the carousel. So the car to the left is a TCR car, the car in front is a TCR car. The Seat Leon and the Hyundai Elantra. So we have Mal, who is one of the wash guys at work, who's on pole position. Been slagged off by work, so there's either nobody watching or they're just sat watching this thinking this is the slowest race ever. Well, as I say, formation lap, so it's more citation, especially in bad weather, to find out where the grip is and stuff, but we have a lovely sunny afternoon. I'm running the Moser R3 wheel and pedals. I have a little LED change gear rev thing, so as well as below the rear view mirror I've got all the information I need there as well, which is handy. So I've got the fuel, I've got the rev limiter, what gear I'm in, speed, what lap, what position, and when we do actually start, it'll be your average and whether you're up or down. In the top right, you've got the same information, but that's just the generic stuff. So this is the carousel. So on a formation lap, I just stick to the high because it's not the race. Right, they seem to be lining up front to back now, so I'm tempted to let another two cars through and just sit in 15th spot, because I say I don't want to drive through or anything before he's not sure, he don't want to pass. Right, that's 14th, and then who are you? Right, that's 15th spot, but that's 4 TCR cars So this is now how it should be. This is time to get stuff in the heat into your tyres and your brakes. Make sure you've got no warnings. Just had a twat in the back by somebody. Bear in mind, this is a formation lap. I just had a message there saying Connor has retired. Now, for what reason, I do not know. Well, I don't like the fact that there's 3 cars off the bloody front, because that's just crazy. That was a massive off. That was a massive off on this. I don't know who that was. The Mercedes. Right, that is scuppered to start, isn't it? Oh, there's a Lamborghini there as well. Jesus wept. Right. The race is underway and we have got carnage. So that's Bence. He always drives like a lunatic at work though, so Bence, you've crashed out, mate. Right, yellow flag, cannot undertake under yellow. But they are both in my category. Sticky stuff. Jack Webb's retired. He's another one of the valeters. Yeah, so I've got no clue what happened to the start. Just another little glitch in the. Almost makes these videos comical, to be honest with you. Whether it's because the formation lap's so long and it just didn't know what it was doing. We were going slow enough, but. Got a yellow flag This is the car middle of the road, a Porsche. That's Ellie retired. She's one of the valeters. Right, we've got daylight around us, the Porsche in front, there's no to do with us, and a massive gap in front of them. I'm just not sure who's behind me. Unfortunately, I've got where people are in my left monitor, but that means me looking to the left. Alright, that Porsche is having a nightmare. But it does mean looking left for 2 seconds. And in that 2 seconds, we can have a lot of mishaps. One thing about the Nurburgring Nordshleife is you've got racetrack, a tiny sliver of grass, and then you've got Armco. And Armco tends to bend metal quite aggressively. So with a bit of luck we should rotate into night time and then back into daytime, but the way the formation of that went, I'm not holding my breath. That's Nathan retired. He was in a GT3 car, so not sure what happened there. But yeah, the Mercedes, that was a massive off, that was. And I think one of the biggest things about racing, especially this track, is when you are on your own, you're not going to forget where you are on a track, because nowhere's the same, but you can get quite, I don't know, your mind can drift, I suppose, and play tricks on you. With 3/4 of a tank left. Yellow flag. Oh, is that Porsche? Whoever's driving that Porsche is having an absolute nightmare. Yeah, we know race has started, mate. Right, that one in the books. I'm currently in 8th place, which I know fine well there was 12, I think there was 12 GT3 cars, so whoever was driving the Mercedes, that was a massive off, that was. Hey, up on the grass. Shouldn't drink and drive. There are a fair few people in the pits, but a fair few people didn't fuel up after qualifying, I don't think, which is a schoolboy error, because it's only going to allow you to do one lap, you've got to come in. So whereas I brimmed it, but of course this does mean that I'll have to pit sooner. But they do say in racing, if your last pit stop can be shorter, then you could possibly make up places and sometimes can win a race. Crew chief.
Pardon?
How's my fuel looking?
We don't have enough data for that.
So of course, if the faster guys are fueling up, they're going to be bearing down on me quite rapid. unmistakable sound of the Aston Martin. So from what I can see, we've still got Mal in first. We've got, from what I can work out, Neil, who's the gaffer, in second place. And then BAT in third. I don't know who that is. So we're currently in 6th spot, but we have got, see, half the field's in the pit still. In the pits crashed, or in the pits fueling. So it's a race of attrition, this one. I've not seen many people that retired on the screen. Jim, what's my position in class?
Repeat, please.
What's my position in class?
We haven't got that data.
Useless. Absolutely useless. Jim, do you want a cup of tea?
You're breaking up. Say again, please.
Do you want a cup of tea?
We don't have that data.
Sounds like the wheels come off. That sun is definitely in a different position from last lap. Look left, you see, on the grass. Right, I might pit for a set of tyres and to top up my fuel. So compound soft, fill it up. Any bodywork, yes, suspension and engine. So that'll do all the work that needs doing to the car. Then we get to work on that. So I'm not too sure. Fuel's going to take a little bit of time. But yeah, looking at that, the field down the pit lane, half the cars are in the bloody pits. So I think it's just one of them places, get to the finish and see what's what. I can't remember. Oh, that's still doing that. So, bat. Debbie Hogg, she's in 4th. Bates, Elliot Bates. He's one of the guys who do the appraisals and stuff. So now, obviously, I have got cold tyres. Right, this guy in front isn't in my class, but it is for position. Give him a little flash of the lights, try and distract him. Got a yellow flag, the car in front has gone off. Mate. Oh. Whacked him up the bum then. Thank God this isn't real life. Right, they're two GT4 cars, they are. Not in my class, but this is for position. He's off again. I haven't got the straight line speed of these guys, but I can get them in the corners. Moving gone. Oh mate, just give me a side swipe. Come on mate, get out of my bloody way. Oh, we've touched again. Done him. All out of shape in that sequence. Christ almighty. Spend more time on the grass than that. He's off again. I don't know who that is. So if anybody's just joining us, this is a 2-hour race of the Nurburgring Nordshleife, and the initial formation lap was a little bit chaotic. It didn't go single file. It went about 3 miles an hour, and then halfway around the formation lap the pace picked up massively, and one or two of the cars were actually bloody written off. Mercedes especially, I'd like to have a look at that replay to see who that was. But at the moment I'm tangling with this Porsche Cayman, which is a GT4 car, but it is 4 positions, so oh, we've hit again. Switch back. This is lap 5 out of 12. We're currently hovering P7 out of 22. There's been a lot of retires because of one thing or another. And this is my battle with this GT4 car for position. Bear in mind I'm in a TCR car, so perhaps in the corners we've got the edge, but not in the straights. Oh, we smashed the Arco. Mate. That is 6th place nailed up. getting a little bit darker, I can see it. I think because this has been done in ×4 time-wise, that tyres feel like they're going off quicker than what they would normally. Right, there's a car coming up behind me, I don't know who it is. Oh, how many times I've gone in that corner and had to lift off, and that was certainly the wrong line through there. I've got a feeling this guy behind is a TCR car because they're not closing as quick as GT3. The shadows are getting longer, aren't they? So it's definitely about a lap away from night time. Ah, simple mistake. Simple. Right, that's answered that question. I was contemplating going to the pits for tyres, but that bit of bodywork there. Jim, how are we looking?
You what?
Jesus Christ. Jim, what are you doing?
You are?
What are you doing?
10:32 PM.
Jim, what are you doing?
Come again.
Jim, are you having a brew?
Come again.
Useless, absolutely useless. So yeah, anybody knows anything about crew chief? I don't have to. He's perfect on Assetto Corsa Competizione. On Assetto Corsa using Content Manager, it's totally useless. Crew chief.
No, I didn't catch that.
Crew chief, you're useless.
Sorry, mate. I was just drinking my tea.
There we go, look. Cup of tea. He's having a cup of tea.
Oh no, I just can't hear you.
Right, I'm going to pit for a full service because I just whack the Arco. So, body, suspension, engine. We don't want wax, do we? Shocking. So we're in 6th place. Retirements, we've got loads of retirements. There goes a place. Oh, it's that bloody Audi again. Yellow flag. I'm on the grass. No, 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 no. No. That was a close one. Jesus. Well, that's the Aston Martin I should have started behind in the first place, but the shadows are getting a lot longer, which means I reckon by the end of this lap it's going to be dark. Can't really compete with this guy because he's a GT4, but if it is for position, I'll stick my nose at the inside and have a little look. Oh, the cheeking flashing. Bloody brake testing me in the middle of the done it again. I'm just... That sun was just right in my eyes. Sort out this bodywork, suspension, engine. Send it, kid. Straight down the inside way. I'm not pissing about. Got a yellow flag somewhere. We left the ground then. Right, that's the Martin. Tap me, little shit. Frustrating thing is as well, it's my team. So we are into lap 7 out of 12. I've not got a clue. It looks like Mao, one of the wash guys, is leading the race. We've got Neil in second place, who's one of the gaffers. We've then got Debbie Hogg, she's one of the admins, so she's in third. It's a savage. But we have had a lot of guys retire from the race, so I'm not saying that's a relation to because it is AI, because this circuit is very unforgiving. Like I say, a sliver of grass and then Armco. I think the safest place to have an off is the Grand Prix circuit, but we don't use that bit because we're on the Nurburgring Landstrecke flick right. So that guy in front, that's an Aston Martin GT4, not in my category, but that is for position. So I can't keep up with him or her on the straights. I'm running in the 2024, the Audi TCR car. Now I find it a very forgiving car, to the point where it only lets you down when the tyres start going off. So what this. So lap 7 out of 12. We're currently in P7 out of 22. The start was a farce because the rolling start wasn't quite rolling. It was 2x2 formation, should have been single file, and then halfway around the lap the sort of race started, so not too sure. I say we are running an Assetto Corsa using Concept Manager, so this platform is, like I say, 13 years old. It isn't too bad. And for somebody like me, when can you say you can race on a Nordshleife? at night. And I did start this race. I started with the qualifying first, just to put us in position, but that was sort of scuppered by the race start. So just looking at the list quickly, we have got quite a few. My boss is 17th at the moment. It looks like she's in the pits. My mate Michael is in 15th. I think he might have had a crash because he's not put any lap time in recently. So I'm not too sure. But leading is Mal, who's one of the wash guys. So that's another lap done. Going on to lap 8. And that was for position. So happy days. Hey up, leaning on me, you cheeky bastard. Different class, but for position. Tyres are just off. Oh mate, you're in the arm coat. You've broke it, kid. Let's have it. Beautiful. Alright, P5. Right, here comes the leader. No, got to be careful not to let the car behind me. It's definitely the leader because it's BMW. So that is the leading BMW of Malachi. Jim, what position are we?
Didn't understand that.
What position in class are we?
Sorry, I was making a brew. Say again.
Making a brew. Crew chief. Crew chief.
Say what?
What position am I in class?
Pardon?
Absolutely useless. Jim, you're a twat.
Say again. Try making more sense next time.
So, here we are, position 5 out of 22. We're on lap 8 out of 12. I do believe we are first in class. No, second in class. Because Debbie is in a TCR car as well, because I put all the admin into one category. Saying that, that means that Neil is probably in a TCR car as well. So, potentially third in class, but running 5th overall. There's been a lot of people withdraw through crashes, etc., etc. Part right next to a radiator. So as you can see on the back of my car, I've got hashtag for Mickey. So Michael is having back surgery next week. And we don't know when he'll be back into work, but no doubt he will at some point. Never do fourth gear there. What are you playing at? I think the thing is, especially at night time, especially on a circuit like this, you've got to do the same thing every lap. This is what you did the lap before, or you're going to make a mistake. So with these mods on this racing platform, it is good to the point where, you know, somebody's rendered all this. You know, the trucks, the fire engines, the ambulances and stuff, and then just the campsites, you know, the laser shows, the castle to my right. It's just, yeah, it's bloody good stuff. Now, what's interesting is that it's got that little, as you lift off or brake for that little kink to the left, it's got that little ridge. Now, I'm no professional, but that is the same little ridge that unsettled Lawrence Vantour's Porsche in last year's Nurburgring 24 hour. And if you do get it wrong, I got told off once by somebody because I a little dab of brake for that to the left. I've always been told to either lift, but I panicked, broke, and yeah, the guy behind me just lost it because they were used to doing their own thing in a certain way. So So we've got empty track, there's nobody around us. This is the road over, I don't know, which is the halfway point of the track, the lap. Oh, yeah. So we're posting 920s. I'm not sure what with traffic, and of course when you're playing with somebody, you know, trading places, trying to block, all sorts, you're losing time there. I think it might be another trip to the pits for tyres, because what you can do is, the reason it's dark now is I've multiplied the time by 4. So we started in daylight through night time into daylight again, but of course that is the same as with your tyres. Right, I reckon one more pit stop, tyres, fuel, any bodywork, suspension work and engine work, and then that should be us to the finish. Right, let's have a look. So I've got enough fuel, bodywork, everything else. Go to work, go to work, go to work. Right. Right, this is going to be it till the finish. So we've still got Mal in first, Neil in second, Debbie in third. Who is Bat? Oh, that was position. That's the Aston Martin. Somebody else leaving the pits. That was position. Right, this is lap 10 out of the 12 lap race. Multi-class event at Nordshleife. We're currently in darkness. We're sat in an Audi TCR car from 2024. There is a BMW M4 GT3 leading, and I'm not sure about GT4. I'm on the grass. So that sequence there, I can't remember the actual sequence, but it should be either hit, miss, hit, or is it miss, hit, miss? Can't remember. but it just takes you. You just get the slightest back wheel on it, and it just drags you on the grass and into the barrier. Unless you just lift off enough, then it just kisses the barrier and you can carry on, which is what you do 9 times out of 10. Right, I'm in the middle of 2 cars here. I've got a feeling one's the Audi, one's the Aston Martin. I can't really remember though, because last pit stop the Aston Martin went past, which is about right, but I can't remember what the car behind is. I'm not sure whether we finish in daytime or nighttime. This race was doomed from the start. I should have done this 2-3 weeks ago, but OBS Studio, which is what I'm doing it, recording it with, and YouTube just weren't talking at all. Totally fell out. That was it. And I'd not changed anything since the last time I did one of these races. In the meantime, I found a mod for the actual Assetto Corsa content manager that allows you to do rolling start. So I actually went live during the qualifying, which is fine, but then when it came to the rolling start, the cars just did what they want. It wasn't a single line of cars at a reasonable speed. It was just carnage. After about this point, the race started, and then everyone just went for hell for leather. We probably lost 3 cars before we even started the race, crossing the start finish line. So I'm not too sure. I might need one more race to do before I actually say, right, I know how 100% it's going to turn out now. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is a bit of fun for those guys that do this professionally, like the Jardies of the world and Jimmy Broadbent and all them. Then it can be done better. Right, this is lap 10 out of 12. We are in no man's land. I'm not sure where we are in class. So we will have to see. But this is the interdepartmental race that's got most of the people I work with names on a car, and at the moment we've got the guy who washes the vehicles in P1. We've then got Neil, I'm sure that's Neil, in 2nd place. We've then got Debbie, who works in admin, and then we got BAT, I can't remember the abbreviation of that surname, but anyway. And then you got me, and I've got to stop looking left because I end up coming off the road. It's force of habit. A nice sign there for Audi Sport. Right, it's lap 11. We are chasing this car in front, and I'm not sure what car it is. I'm sure that's the rumble of the Aston Martin GT4. But I say we are in 6th spot, so So on the little map on the top left, you can see we've got probably, if I'm in 6th, 5th, 6th, 7th on there, which is quite good close racing. Not sure as to say what people's categories are. I know the admin crew were in TCR cars. I was always going to be in a TCR car because I love the Audi. So that was always my car to use, but Mal definitely in lead, definitely in M4 GT3. And then where the next GT3 car is, I do not know. So it's going to be a case of wait till the finish and see what's what. But I do know that Michael, you crashed out, mate. I do know that. Looking at TIM, that's going to be Timis. So unfortunately, that's the boss crashed out. And we have got a yellow flag here because the Aston Martin has had a little bit of an off. So I'll just let them know we'll come in. Cheeky flash of the lights. It's on to the foxhole. GT4s are going to get us in the straights and the pointy stuff, but in the twisty stuff, I think we could be alright. And we have got a lot of twisted stuff coming up. Might go for a switchback. Got him. He's done me. Like I said, we have got two different classic cars here, a TCR and a GT4, but they both have their strengths and weaknesses. The TCR car is better in the twisty stuff, whereas the Aston GT4 will stretch his legs like that. So one of those things. It seems like he's slowing down on purpose. I've not had any penalties for running wide. Right, we're about to start the last lap. From what I can work out, there are only 7 runners left. That's it then. 5th place we finished. Of course, because the BMW Laptors, it finishes on their time, not ours. So, yeah, I don't know what to say about that. That was interesting. That was bonkers, really. Absolutely. We've just got to wait for people to finish. We should get the final result. And then we'll try and have a look at that, and try and have a little look what happens to some people. So I need to work on the ×4 thing. daylight, night, daylight, because I did a short hour race, and I've moved it because I thought it was a longer race. I need to do more of the multiplier, but it turns out not. One thing I will say about the Moser R3 wheel is that the base unit does get bloody hot, so that is that. Yeah, so 5th place overall. I just need to get the actual final. Yeah, I just need to get the final finishing positions. In fact, let's have a look at what happened. Right, so all these guys are in the pits, and they stay in the pits. Don't understand that at all. So that's the leader. Austin Martin. But I can't see where everybody else stacked it, because the Mercedes crash was spectacular. But they're all in the... Anyway, it is what it is. So I just want to see a final finish position. And then we'll go from there. So yeah, with this content manager, you can race anything, anywhere. If there's a mod for it, then that is the case. So we have got Malachi in first place, Neil in second place. Oh, Debbie was in a Audi. Elliot Bates is in an Aston Martin, so I was the first TCR car. Yeah, so out of the guys I work with closely, there's Daniel Sharp. He came in 8th place. And that is it. So that is your top 10 of the finishers of the 2 hours of the Nurburgring Nordshleife. So yeah, another video. Need fine tuning, as always. I always need fine tuning with these things. But if there's anything you want me to race anywhere, you know, any particular circuit in any particular sort of cars, I can do it. I know my mate Michael is into his Formula 1, so God, I could try and do a Formula 1 race, but that's going to be horrendous. But anyway, yeah, alright guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay.